What's going on, gamers? It's your boy Diggs Gaming. Welcome back to Off Hunting's Gaming News, and I am joined tonight by
Sir Meliodas.
Welcome back, Meliodas. All right, we got a lot of gaming news to talk about, so let's jump right in with an update on the Activision Blizzard lawsuit. Well, things just got worse for Activision. A California judge has overruled Activision's statement of not adding temp workers to their discrimination lawsuit. They were trying to get the temp workers out of the lawsuit to try to discredit it a little bit, but a California judge did not agree with them, and they will be used in this lawsuit. And that's a big hit for Activision. Yeah.
Yikes.
I mean, this is something that pretty much should have happened. I mean, there's no reason to accept that from Activision. There really was no reason.
So this begs the question: did Microsoft buy Activision for Activision, or they buy Activision for what's under Activision?
Yeah,
because they knew about this lawsuit, and they still pursued and acquired them. So
yeah, remember when Phil Spencer made the statements of that they are reevaluating their relationship with Activision, and now we know that they were actually in talks with the CEO to buy Activision. So yeah, they were reevaluating. They were just looking to buy it. Yeah, I know, but yeah, update on the Activision Blizzard lawsuit. And yeah, this is not going to go away anytime soon, and it's probably not even going to be settled once the deal goes through for Microsoft to buy Activision. That's the whole thing.
No.
For those of you that can't see, Sir Meliodas is shaking his head.
Well, again, like I said, Activision had so much talent left under them. We can talk about Ravensoft. That's one major studio that was under them that they did nothing with. So
yeah, literally nothing. I mean, literally just using them for Call of Duty, literally using every single studio for Call of Duty. It's like you're putting all this talent into one franchise. Oh my God, that's terrible. Anyway, moving on to some positive news. Horizon Forbidden West has been released, and it is just as good, if not better, than the first. We're looking at a Game of the Year nominee down the line. Maybe. Not shocked by that. The game just looked absolutely amazing. I got it day one, and I'm so happy with the purchase. And when I saw those reviews, I had the widest smile on my face. And this is what's interesting. Sony has decided they are going to plant a tree for anyone that earns the Reached Adult trophy until March 25th. Now, that's pretty early in the game, so you're going to have a lot of gamers reaching that trophy. And that's just really cool, the fact that Sony's doing that.
What's the trophy for?
I'm not entirely sure. All I know is the name of the trophy. I didn't do the research to see what it was, which is my bad.
It's probably put up the game or something. Like,
well, it's pretty early in the game from what I hear. And also, there's a Lego set with a tall neck coming out soon. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
For Horizon?
Yeah.
Is that one of the giraffes?
Yeah, that's the tall one that Aloy has to climb to pretty much get a scope of the area.
I wouldn't know.
Now, it was getting review bombed by players, and we see this happen a lot with games. They just get review bombed for no particular reason. It happens all the time.
Light 2. Now this.
It's like, what's wrong with you? Why do you have to rain on everybody's parade?
Some people just wake up for the thrill of that.
It's just sad that this happens. Because I was looking at Metacritic, I'm seeing a lot of user scores that were at 0, and I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? Really? Really?
For Horizon, a 0?
Yeah.
That's extra.
Now, remember, there's a free upgrade for the PS5 version if you buy the PS4 version. So,
speaking of upgrades,
let's talk about
Cyberpunk 2077. It was a surprise
update.
It was a surprise drop. Xbox, well, it got leaked a day before it's supposed to go live. I don't know if it was intentionally, but people were showing that their Series X and S's were showing that their game had the Series S and X optimized logo on it. And then literally within 24 hours, a 63.5 gigabyte update drops.
Yeah,
for
something like that. It
Xbox.
was a big update. It was a really big update.
And I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. I think half the stuff they put in there should have been in there from the jump. But again, they were it like the stuff that they put in should have been in there from the jump. You can go back in now. You can customize your V character, if it's a boy or girl. You can go back and change their hair and stuff. It's pretty much like a Saints Row, but you do it in your apartment. You go to your mirror and you change it. They said they upgraded the vehicles. The vehicles still feel a bit floaty to me. I don't know. The combat, they said the combat is updated better. I haven't really played too much to delve into that, but I'm excited because the update was first. Now they're gonna do the DLC or the expansion that they're talking about.
Yeah, and we have been waiting for this Cyberpunk 2077 next gen update for a long time, since the game came out and was a bugging mess.
And they're still working on The Witcher next gen. The only thing that I'm scared of is that it's for the Game of the Year edition. But when they made the Game of the Year edition, it's treated like its own standalone game. So your save files from the original Witcher do not transfer over into the Game of the Year edition. So will they optimize both versions? Because I initially went in and bought the Game of the Year edition, but none of my files transferred over. So I had to start over. So I had to go back and digitally buy the original version of The Witcher. So hopefully they patch that in the next gen update with it, because that would be a pain. I mean, I don't mind playing it all the way over through, but I already beat it like 3 times. I just don't feel like doing it again, you know.
All right, last thing on Cyberpunk 2077, there was a problem with the PS5 upgrade where some players were having an error when they were upgrading it, and
it was I believe it was for the PlayStation 4 with the disc version.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was the PS4 disc version that it was not reading the update properly, and it would the game wouldn't start initially, so they patched it.
Yeah, they fixed the issue, but should not have happened. But I mean, it does happen from time to time.
Should have put them on the last gen. Why?
Yeah, this game was an absolute mess when it came out, and now it's starting to get better. But CD Projekt Red needs to redeem themselves on their next game. They have to. They really have to.
I heard they were working on another RPG.
Probably.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Retro Studios may have been teasing the next Metroid game because they updated their Twitter banner, and it's this like picture of Samus, and it's just weird. It got people speculating because Metroid Dread came out a few months ago, and they didn't do anything like that for this. And I don't know. What do you think they're up to, Sir Meliodas? What do you think Retro Studios is up to?
Well, they just dropped the free update for Dread. I think it was New Game Plus and
oh yeah, you're right. They did
side content. I believe.
Yeah, you're
but
right.
With this, I'm not sure. I mean, because Dread is what came out in October, so Dread is what, like 2 months
October.
In? So I think an announcement for a new Metroid would be too soon. You know, I think it's just
weird because you would think they would have put this out if this was for Metroid. You would have thought they would have put this out when the game came out, not right now when we're just getting like small updates to it. It's just weird with this.
I mean, this has been how long since Dread have we had a Metroid game, you know? So I think any marketing that they do would spark up anything, whether it's just like, oh, this is just a Samus. I don't hope they just say, oh, this is just a Samus skin, but like anything they do with Metroid now would intrigue everyone that we're waiting for another Metroid game. So.
And people are speculating that this is a tease for Metroid Prime 4, which
probably
it could be. We'll keep an eye on this in the next coming months.
It could be a story expansion for Dread.
Or it could just be that they updated their Twitter banner and it's nothing really that they're doing. So we'll see. Now, speaking of teasing, Capcom is having a big announcement coming up at midnight. So we're recording this Sunday nights by the time this comes out, we already know what the announcement is, but that's not going to stop us from speculating a little bit. Now, at first, I thought this was going to be like a Resident Evil thing, like either the official announcement of Resident Evil 4 Remake or the DLC for Resident Evil Village. But now people are thinking that it's for Street Fighter 6, which I absolutely see that.
Definitely think it's for Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too, because we haven't had a Street Fighter game for when did Street Fighter 5 come out? When did 5 come out?
20, I want to say no later than 2018, if I have to guess.
Yeah, so we're due for another Street Fighter game, and it would allow for something like that. Like this countdown, it started last week, and now it was counting down to midnight tonight. Yeah, I could definitely see it for Street Fighter 6.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the only three things that I saw were, again, Resident Evil 4 Remake, DLC for Resident Evil Village, or Street Fighter 6. And I'm thinking it's Street Fighter 6.
Or if they want to redeem themselves from that pitiful Marvel versus Capcom they did. The MCU.
Yeah, that was not great. That was
MCU
not great.
It's very hot right now. It's hot. The new Spider-Man that just came out, No Way Home. Then you got the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness about to come out. And not only that, they have Disney themselves have full rights of the characters that they wanted. Because initially, this Marvel vs. Capcom that came out was supposed to have the Fantastic Four in it. And then Fox was like, yeah, no. So we'll see. If they shall see. They go all out with it. But I definitely think it's Street Fighter and something.
Yeah, I definitely think it's Street Fighter. We're due for a Street Fighter game.
Definitely some DLC for what is it, RE8?
But we know that's coming. We know that's coming. We just don't know when. And Resident Evil 4 Remake, it hasn't been officially announced, but it's pretty much an open secret at this point. We know that's coming at some point.
Because you know when it's coming, when Capcom is cracking down on every fan-made remake out there. Because Nintendo did, I forget what game it was, but Nintendo did the same thing for a game, and then no, it was Rockstar. Rockstar started pulling down people's what was
Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, the Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Vice City, and GTA 3.
A little off topic, but they said that we will be getting an announcement for Grand Theft Auto 6 soon. Or
they said like 2024 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Rockstar should, I'm not gonna say stop it. I want them to go out and make something other than GTA or Red Dead.
Yeah, lately it has been GTA and
it could be open world, I don't care. It could be a zombie game, a Magic the Gathering type game, not a Magic the Gathering, like a Lord of the Rings type game. They have the money to buy the rights to these studios, you know.
Yeah,
the Lord of the Rings open world, because Rockstar is pretty good with telling stories.
All right, moving on. Netflix has announced that they are working on a Bioshock movie, so that is interesting. And Bioshock is one that I could definitely see being made into a movie. I just don't know if it would be a good movie, to be honest.
I think they should do a television show. A movie is just you can't do too much in a movie, you know. It's like you can't tell as much story as you want in a movie without it being bloated and then it being too long, and then it's just a terrible movie at that point. You know, I don't think it'd be bad. I just think it'd be better episodic.
Yeah, we have seen that TV shows based on video games have done better than movies, and that's been true for the longest time. I mean, we've seen that Sonic had a good run in the 90s, and we're seeing it nowadays. You had Skylanders Academy, the Cuphead show, Castlevania, The Witcher. All of those were really good.
I don't know what they're doing with this Resident Evil show, but they need to can it and then recast because it looks terrible. They're messing up my Resident Evil. They messed up the Welcome to Raccoon City. I don't know what that was. I haven't watched it, but I know the reviews were bad. So yeah, it depends. Like maybe because Netflix has spin shows off and movies off into shows before. So I think they just want to see how it goes with the Bioshock movie, and if so, they'll spin it off into episodic episodes.
Yeah.
Or they might do a spin-off and do like an animated. It doesn't have to be live action. Is this one live action or just one anime?
Not sure. All I know is that they're working on one.
I think it's live action because then they could spin it off and do an animated TV show.
All right. Speaking of TV shows based off movies, got a couple of updates for you. The Halo TV series has already been renewed for a second season, and the first season hasn't even premiered yet. And the Last of Us TV series is not going to be premiering until 2023. That has been officially confirmed. But with Halo getting renewed already, I've seen this twice before. Both times it was cartoons. The 2017 DuckTales series and The Owl House. Both those got renewed for a second season before the first season premiered. So they must have a lot of faith in the Halo TV series to renew it for a second season already.
Well, the Halo, what was it? Halo Until Dawn? That was pretty decent. No, I don't think that the shows that are putting out are bad. It's that they know that people really want to see the Master Chief. Not even if it's not just Master Chief himself, like the Spartans and just get off, you know?
Yeah, one thing I will say about the Halo TV series is that they did nail Master Chief's look. I think he looks exactly like he does in the video games in the TV series, but I just don't know if it's going to be good or not. I really don't.
I can tell you now, I'm not going to watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish Halo, JoJo was here. He could give more insight to this because you know how big of a Halo fan he is.
Now, if it was Gears of War, I'll be on that 24/7 watching it. A live action Gears of War, oh my God. And rated R, sign me up.
All right, moving on. Nintendo has announced that they are shutting down the eShop for both the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS in March of 2023. That's big. That is really big.
The eShop for I mean, nobody really plays it though.
I mean, that's true, but this just goes into this just leads to the conversation of video game preservation and having the ability to play these titles. That's what this leads into, because a lot of great games came out on the 3DS, and even some great games came out on the Wii U. So you take away the ability to play those games, it does lead to some concerns about that.
True, but they could also transfer those games over to the Switch.
Yeah, that's true too.
I don't know. I mean, I barely play my Switch now, so I have no idea. They could transfer it over to the Switch.
That's true. That is true. It is true. All right. And our last bit of gaming news, Ubisoft has announced that they are going to be releasing Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and Skull and Bones, and a few other games from the time period between April of 2022 and April of 2023.
Dude, I forgot about Skull and Bones. It's been so long.
Yeah, it's been so long. And to hear that, that's the one I want to talk about, because essentially everybody's been thinking this game's dead, that this game is never going to come out. And then Ubisoft announces this.
Initially, it was supposed to be some type of Assassin's Creed. Well, they took the boat gameplay from the Assassin's Creed 3 and 4, and then they just basically went with from there and just went off and did the whole thing now.
Yeah, it's really interesting that they said this, and like I said, they said there were other games that they were looking to release besides these three, and I wonder what else they could be. I really do.
Ubisoft. What else? Not another Assassin's Creed, because they're still working on the Ragnarok.
Valhalla.
Yeah, the Valhalla Ragnarok expansion.
Yeah.
They just dropped the Rainbow Six. Well, Extraction, man, that one's okay.
We know they're working on a Star Wars game, but that's probably years before that comes out. Splinter Cell. I mean, how crazy would people go if a no Splinter Cell was announced? How crazy would
I heard it was supposed to be Xbox exclusive, but I'm not sure. I heard they were working on one with Xbox.
How about this? What if another Rayman game comes out?
Rayman, I think the last Rayman they did was what, 2015-ish?
Something like that. Something like that.
It's been a while.
And people have been wanting a new Rayman game for a while. So yeah. We know of 3 games that they want to release, and they say more. We're not sure what they are just yet, though. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what Ubisoft is going to put out between April of this year and April of next year. Will be interesting to see.
Definitely gonna be a Splinter Cell. That
People have been wanting a new Splinter Cell. They really have been. All right, guys. That was the gaming news for this week. I am Diggs Gaming.
and it's been your boy, Sir Meliodas.
We will see you guys next time.
See ya.